What's up, my friends? This is Dante coming to you with a new boxing chat after the fights for the Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios fight, alongside with Usyk versus Du Bois, and lastly, Jesse Bam Rodriguez versus Cafu. All right, y'all, let's talk about this Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios fight, man. First off, we got to give a shout out to Manny for being 46 years old, coming in and doing a spectacular job. In my opinion, I feel like Manny won. I know for those that haven't watched the fight, it ended up being a draw between Pacquiao and Barrios. But to be honest, man, it looked like it was a lot of back and forth. However, to me, it felt like Manny did a lot of the better pacing in the fight. He threw a lot of the more eye-catching shots. And it made for a dynamic bout between the two, to be honest. And it wasn't like it was like this big, huge, legendary, like Manny Pacquiao versus Barrera type of showdown. But it just was like you kind of were really rooting for Manny based off of his energy output and then what he was able to do against Barrios, which was the champion. And there's an old saying in boxing. It says you have to beat the champion convincingly. And so what happened was that it seemed like Manny did enough to win. And for judges, it looked like perhaps he didn't do enough to convincingly beat Mario Barrios to take the throne from him. But in my opinion, I felt like Manny won. And kudos to both guys. I thought Mario did a lot of good work. It wasn't his most impressive performance by far, but he did what he had to do, and it ended up being a draw. If they want to do the rematch, it'd be interesting. I don't know if it'd be a lot of buzz around it, but if they happen, it'd be another good payday for both men, I'm sure. And we'll all watch it who are real boxing pugilists. So kudos to both of those guys. All right, let's get to the Usyk versus Du Bois fight. Usyk, what can you say about him besides he is the baddest heavyweight boxer in the world? Du Bois put up a nice little resistance to try to make this bout very interesting between him and Usyk. For those that don't know, it's their second time going against each other, and Usyk had a situation where he had gotten hit below the belt. He felt like he got hit below the belt a few times. It felt like that kind of slowed down his energy for the first fight, and felt like those low blows should have been called and Du Bois should have got a point deducted. So that was some controversy around that first fight, so they decided to do it again. This second fight, though, it was hands down Usyk all the way. Du Bois had a couple moments, but I mean, goodness gracious, I mean, the skill level of Usyk is so superior, it seems, to every other heavyweight in the world. And he's on top right now. So he's beat Du Bois twice. He's beaten Anthony Joshua twice. He's beaten Tyson Fury twice. He's at the creme de la creme level of the sport. And so kudos to Usyk for actually stopping Du Bois this second fight. So there's no doubt who won this second fight for sure. And so that was a great night of boxing for that match. And for lastly, man, this last bout between Jesse Bam Rodriguez versus Cafu. Man, shout out to Cafu. He put up a great fight against Jesse Bam Rodriguez. He had an interesting strategy, being able to go from corner to corner and placing himself with his back up against the rope to make sure that he can kind of focus on his counter punching to try to make Jesse pay for any mistakes that he had did. But man, it was so kind of like mentally strategic between both guys. It was like a war of attrition because Jesse wasn't backing up, and he was standing right there in the pocket trying to figure out how to land the best blows against Cafu while he was really kind of in his fighting range, and both guys was throwing shots back and forth. It was an amazing kind of boxing IQ fight for those that really like high boxing IQ matches. And Jesse did what I thought he was going to do in my 1 minute or less prediction. I thought he was going to kind of figure out Cafu round by round, take his time, put a lot of pressure on him, and eventually try to be able to find the right punches with the right punch placement to get him out of here. And that's exactly what had happened. And so kudos to both guys, man. Even Jesse said that Cafu put up the best fight that he's ever had. And that's saying a lot because Jesse Bam Rodriguez has gone through some great exchanges with some great fighters. And we just are going to look forward to seeing Jesse continue. And Cafu, his stock has risen because of that fight in the future. So kudos to both guys. Jesse, obviously, to me, is still one of the best fighters in the world today, and we're always going to look forward to rooting for him because he's a great fighter. And so for everybody, please go subscribe. Please like, comments. Y'all share what y'all thought about the fights between Manny and Barrios, Usyk and Du Bois, and Rodriguez versus Cafu. And this is Boxing Chats After the Fights. I'm Dante, man. I hope y'all enjoy it. And please subscribe to our TikTok and YouTube channels at Dante's Boxing Gym in 1 minute or less. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.